that tee, it's showtime. This is not a normal matchup. Two teams ranked in the top 10, colliding right here in the middle of the season, trying to make a strong statement. Big playoff implications. We'll see a team that's had a chance to rest from a bye week, the Texas Longhorns, taking on the winners of 7 straight, the Tennessee Volunteers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. The Volunteers will kick it away to start us off. And here's the return from inside the 5. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 24. Good coverage. Just underway, and this home crowd is fired up and ready to make a difference today. First play of the drive, he looks left for a completion. They stopped the receiver, but that's a solid gain on that play.
Love to see the short passing game as a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable and allows you to see how the defense is reacting. That can open up for other things later on.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. The ball is loose. Fumble recovered by the defense, going the other way.
Wow, the defense comes up with the turnover, and Chris, you can just see them trying to rip that ball out. The running back was showing tremendous effort to break through those tackles, but he just stayed up too long and allowed the defense to rip the ball away and come up with a turnover.
First down here for this offense. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. The back's got it. Finding some room at the 25. Makes it across the goal line. Touchdown, Tennessee. Game-breaking speed for the running back to reach the end zone. That is just priceless for an offense.
Chris, that back was able to find that crease in the defense. Let's give credit to the big fellas up front for creating that crease. They all played a key role in that score.
And they're able to tack on the extra point. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. They'll return it from inside the 5. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 24. Good coverage. Okay, the Texas offense comes back out on the field. That fumble in the last possession set up a touchdown. Can they bounce back from that costly error here? They'll try the option play here. He'll toss it to the back. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
You know, in an era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example of a defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
Important second down play coming up. Thrown quickly, caught in the right flat. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
Well, anytime an offensive coordinator calls a wide receiver screen, he's trying to get offensive linemen out in front of the receiver to create a wall so that receiver can pick a lane to run through. How about the defense here, though? That's called team pursuit and swarming to the football. They didn't give him any lanes, so not much yards downfield for the receiver.
The gain is not enough for first down, so it brings up a 4th and short. And The quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, Texas.
And the offense stays on the field. They're going to go for it on 4th down in their own territory. Here's the toss play. Runner heads outside. Throws a stiff arm. He did not get it. A crucial play by this team. 4th down stop.
How about the offense being aggressive? They decide to go for it here, and I got to give all the credit to this defense. Being aware, anticipating the call, knowing exactly where they needed to make the stop, and they did it.
Not the news the coach was hoping to hear. He took a chance calling a timeout to get the replay. We'll see if that proves to be crucial. Escapes the pocket. And a big game before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
You know, they tried to catch this defense napping on 1st and 10 by taking a shot downfield. The defense does their job. They've got everybody covered. But I'm telling you, you better account for this quarterback because he can take off when things aren't there and use his legs, and he does that for the 1st down.
There's that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time, the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Looking to scramble. Lets it fly to the wideout. Pass is incomplete. The defense affecting the quarterback with pressure there.
Well, that's a great job by this defense of getting pressure with only 3 pass rushers. It leaves 8 back in coverage. It makes it very difficult to find an open man. But, boy, you'll play that defense all day if you can get that kind of pressure with just 3 guys.
And the senior making a disruptive impact play.
Well, they're making this offensive line really think and communicate. Bringing different blitzes. This time the outside linebacker gets to the quarterback and comes up with a big sack for the D.
The Balls will send their punt team onto the field. And the coverage team lets the ball roll dead.
Well, the coverage unit does their job here. They're fired up, and they should be. Of course, the punter got some help from his friend, the football, right? What a kick to set them up in a good spot for the defense to go to work.
The Longhorns offense takes the field. Last possession, they were stopped on 4th down, but it didn't cost them anything. And they put together something here. Caught quickly. They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain.
The quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a 1st down. But instead, gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
The completion makes it 2nd and short. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. That'll pick up the 1st down. He's brought down to the 21.
You know, to me, Chris, with this offense, it's almost an extension of their running game. You put the receiver out in motion, you flip the ball out to him, out to the outside, let him do what he does best, which is use his instincts, and he picks up a 1st down.
Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. And he's brought down after a short gain. Does not make the 1st down yardage.
Well, the defensive coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Here's the handoff. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. racked up a long way to go for a first down. They're trying to run it with the option. Pitch play to the back. They've got him behind the line. The option doesn't work at all. Well, they don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
Decides not to fair catch it, but he is tackled immediately. A gutsy move, but didn't produce much. And Tennessee's offense back out on the field now. They had to punt the ball last time. Now they're looking to add points, build on this lead. Brought down after picking up 5 yards, so 2nd and 5.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
Misses the receiver, incomplete.
That's a misfire there, Chris. This passing game has got to be able to get into sync and find a rhythm.
And one final play before the end of the quarter. Shotgun formation here on 3rd down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete on the final play of the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Tennessee 7, Texas 0.
The Volunteers will send the punt team onto the field. And he'll kick it away now for the 2nd time. The coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground. Texas offense comes back out on the field. The last drive, they came up empty, had to kick it away. Can they come up with something here? Off the play fake, looking to throw. On the run, he'll let it go. Intercepted, picked off by the defense. After a short return, he's tackled at the 18. What an enormous takeaway by this defense.
Well, your best player's got to make big plays in these kind of moments, and that's what happened right here with this defensive back. The offense in a tie game in the red zone, looking at points, and instead, the defense with the interception. In a tie game, their offense now has the ball.
Quarterback still with the football. He gains 9, so it's 2nd and 1.
Man, every single time this guy runs the option, you're kind of like holding your breath, wondering if he's going to break a tackle or get out in the open field and use his speed. He picks up some yards here, but let's see if this defense can keep putting pressure on him and not letting him get out into the open.
Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. Gets the ball up as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
Man, you got to love this if you're a defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time, they got to him and forced that incompletion.
They stop him, but it's a first down.
Well, that's mano-a-mano right there. Offensive line knowing exactly their assignment, getting a hat on a hat, and that back just exactly where he needed to go to extend this drive. That's a first down.
1st and goal, handoff. He's swarmed by the defense.
A pretty good push up front here by this offensive line to get some positive yards here. You wonder if they're going to be able to run it in, or they're going to have to spread this defense out and try to find a one-on-one matchup to put the ball through the air for the...
And he'll make it in for the score. Touchdown, Vols. And they get set now to try the PAT. With the PAT, they take a 14-0 lead. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away.
Tennessee 14, Texas 0.
Fields it just outside the goal line. And the coverage team gets the returner to the ground. Takes the field. See if this quarterback can bounce back. The last possession, a pick on the very first play. The pass rush closing in. They trap him and sack him back at the 10.
Man, I love to see these big fellas get a chance to make a play. Usually it's the guys on the edge, linebackers, receivers, but here, the nose guard comes up with a sack.
See if the offense can overcome that sack. Second and long. Here's a screen pass to the running back. In the clear at the 25. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
And I don't think the defense had any clue that the screen was being called. They're getting upfield, getting pressure on the quarterback, and that ball gets dumped. There's no one left to be able to slow him.
He'll take a deep shot. And this is dropped. Would have been a huge gain, but he could not collect it. So after the incompletion, it's second down. Oh, it's snapped to the back. Solid gain, moves the ball to the 37.
Well, they didn't bust that for a big play, but it makes this third down coming up a little bit more manageable, and that certainly has a lot of value.
Crucial third down play right here. It's an option look. The back's got it on the pitch. And he'll head out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for a first down.
Well, Chris, to me, the defense looks like they're dropping back in zone coverage, worried about a pass play here on third down. Instead, the offense elects to run the ball, catches them off guard, and it's good enough for a first down.
Longhorns moving quickly down the field here. Press coverage now from these DBs. Receiver in motion now. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Down he goes, a sack.
Well, I love this defense and how they're playing some man coverage. And let's face it, when you do that, it's a bit risky. You can leave your defensive backs out there on islands, but the good combination of good coverage with a good pressure on the quarterback, and you come up with sacks like this.
The sack sets up second down. Quick pass, here comes a jet sweep. Tackle finally made. That's a very solid gain, but not close to first down yardage yet.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces the defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense, and they better defend this style of play moving forward.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. And he's got it. And this offense picks up the first down. They tackle him at the 44. The Longhorns looking to crank up the tempo a bit.
What a clutch play here by this offense to convert on third down. I know it's still early in this game, but the fact that they've dug themselves a hole to convert there and keep this drive alive, they got a new set of downs and a chance to dig into this lead.
This offense has gotten going at long last. It's another 1st and 10. The shotgun handoff here. And the sophomore able to bring him down quickly.
Well, another short gain for this offense on the ground, and you got to give a lot of credit to the defense. They have really negated that aspect of this offense the entire first half and really making them one-dimensional. And if that doesn't change, I don't know how they get back into this game.
Second down, we're going to throw it, and he'll loft it to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Texas.
Love to watch this quarterback go out and execute in this kind of situation. He's doing a great job of ignoring the scoreboard and feeling a sense of pressure to have to play with more urgency. Right now, he's executing. We're only in the second quarter. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Now the kickoff team is out on the field. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. And Tennessee's high-powered offense is back out on the field. They reached the end zone the last time out, trying to do the same thing here. Pressure is coming. They got him. Defense comes up with a sack. And a timeout is called. Important stage late here in the second quarter.
This is good pressure by the defense, but it just felt like the quarterback was holding on to the ball a little bit too long, which allowed the defense to get home.
Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. And they bring him down after a solid gain, but it's still well short of the first down marker.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here, and he's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
On third down, he drops to throw. Finds a man downfield. That's a big gain to the right. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a first down.
Well, this is why this guy's one of the top wide receivers in college football. It's third down. The defense knows you're probably going to go to him, and they still can't stop him from coming down with a big play.
And it's complete downfield. Big gain across midfield. Tackle finally made to the 32. The offense will now quickly spend a timeout. The Vols have 1st and 10 here. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. That's caught. It's Wade.
Well, the defense didn't have any time at all to get pressure on the quarterback. He gets the ball out of his hands pretty quickly on the hitch to the receiver.
The offense will call a timeout. That's their second of the half. That completion sets up a second down play. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw that time. And now third down coming up.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Will he score here? Touchdown, Volunteers. Still no answer for this offensive machine. And they'll set up now for the extra point try. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. So an important touchdown just before halftime. And not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. Tackled at the 22. Good job by the coverage team. This will likely be the last play of the half. Play action here on first down. Just gets it away, taking a shot. He grabs it inside the 20. No stopping him, takes it all the way. Touchdown, Longhorns.
Well, they roll the dice here, call that play, and it works out. They get points on the board. They cut into the lead. Now you got a ton of momentum going in at halftime to make some adjustments and come out feeling that you can come back and win this game.
The extra point is good. They're down by a touchdown, 21-14. Minutes going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. Longhorns will kick this away to begin the second half. Return starts from inside the 5. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. And the Volunteers' powerful offense back out in the field. And a chance right away here in the second half to stretch the lead and build momentum. Let's see what this defense can do about it. First play of the drive, they come out throwing. They give the running back a touch in the pass game. Catch made over the middle. They bring down the receiver, but that's a nice gain on that play. And the Volunteers will hustle to the line here to run the hurry up. From the shotgun, handoff inside. He'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down.
Chris, that play just didn't have much of a chance at all from the snap. Quarterback hands this off, and there's just nowhere to go. It's almost like the defense was anticipating the play call, and they put themselves in a position to come up with a nice tackle for a loss.
They moves the ball to about the 45. That's good for a first down.
Well, move the sticks for a first down for this Tennessee offense, and this quarterback is really starting to throw the ball well, put the ball on the money, and giving these receivers a chance to make plays after the catch. And I tell you, they've had some great quarterbacks, as we know, that have played in their time in Knoxville.
That's a big hit at the end, but they earn a fresh set of downs.
Well, these are the type of runs that begin to wear down your defense psychologically. Already have the lead, come out with a nice big gain, and this defense is thinking, oh no, here we go again. Really nice statement here to get this second half started.
Here's the second down play. Off the play fake, looking to throw the football. He's escaping the pocket now. And he'll be forced out of bounds right near the line of scrimmage.
Well, that is a clinic by this defense on this quarterback run. String him out to the sideline, nowhere for him to go. All he could do is step out of bounds for no gain.
Offense breaks the huddle and gets set. It's third down. And he'll set up to throw. Looking to set up a screen pass here. And they wrap him up, but the gain is good enough for a first down.
Well, this offensive line, you got to tip your cap. They've done everything you would ask of them in taking care of this quarterback. They do it again here on third down, working with that lead. You know the pressure's coming, and they deliver.
The pocket breaking down. They've got him. It's a sack for the defense.
A loss of 7 yards on the play. Second down.
That sack sets up a second down and very long. Handoff here from the shotgun. And this one goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain there. This defense has been getting sliced up on the drive, but they push back that time, Kirk.
Yeah, kind of a bend but don't break mentality by this defense. They have been giving up some big chunks here on this drive, but let's see if a stop like this can give them a little bit of confidence here. Now try to pressure the quarterback on these upcoming plays.
And the Vols will have to kick this away. Looking to flip the field here. And the coverage team makes the touch, so no return on the play.
Well, an ideal punt, and it leads to the term complementary football, because them doing this puts their defense in a great spot, and it gives them a chance, if they're going to get aggressive, to try to get a safety out of this whole thing. It puts the defense in a position of strength.
Now the defense appeared to jump before the snap, and the flag comes out. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. And this crowd coming to life here, trying to help the defense get a stop with the offense pinned back. Takes the toss, testing the right side here. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
Chris, I'll be really honest with you. I don't know why they continue to try to run the football. I'm all about balance. I'm all about trying to make sure the defense has to defend the run and the throw. But at this point in the game, they haven't been able to run the ball. They're going to have to go through the air if they're going to come back and take the lead in this game at some point.
Bringing pressure. It's a screen pass complete to the running back. And he's brought down. Good job by the defense getting through the blockers. He stopped short of the first down. Longhorns will hustle to the line to crank the tempo. Third down play here out of the shotgun. Here's a throw underneath to the tight end. And he's brought down, but that strong, stiff arm helped him to a first down.
This is a big conversion by this offense. They're down now in the second half. Probably limited opportunities at this point in the game. Every chance you get your hands on the ball, you need points. They keep this drive alive right here.
The Longhorns begin a new series here, 1st and 10. Grab behind the line. It's Watts. Tackle made after a big gain.
Well, this wide receiver has it all. We know about his leaping ability and his speed. But what I've seen today is the precise route running. Another example of it there, and the timing with this quarterback and this receiver is just a thing of beauty.
Longhorns pick up enough for a first down here. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. The defense able to bring him down to wrap up the third quarter of play.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. Tennessee 21, Texas 14.
Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a second down play. Play action fake. Looking to throw. Looking for his big tight end. He pulls it in for a big gain. Tackle is finally made, but not before it's a huge gain. Down to the 25.
Nice play action call here by this offensive coordinator. You know, you can freeze those linebackers just for a split second. Usually that's going to give you enough room to be able to get that tight end behind them. And if the quarterback can make a nice tight throw like this, pick up some big yards.
And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. They continue to march toward a game-tying touchdown. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. Runs through the defender. And they finally stop him at the 3. The offense really threatening now.
Well, you're inside the red zone, which means you can't come away with anything less than 3 points. But you know this offense is thinking about a touchdown. They're trying to get to that end zone and go with the toss play. The big boys up front being mobile, moving around, and the running back trying to get behind them to find yards. It's exactly what he did there.
Here comes a crucial second down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. And the freshman brings him down quickly. Offense facing a third down now. They can still get a first down without scoring. They'll try to pick up the third down yardage on the ground. And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas.
Well, that's an example right there of what vision and patience and ability can do for running back. He was on a mission to get into the end zone, and really, he made it look easy.
Kicking team on now for the extra point. And that PAT gives us a tie ball game here in the final quarter. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. He's going to return it from near the goal line. And the returner brought down by the coverage team.
And your Tennessee Volunteers will take over 1st and 10.
And the Volunteers' high-tempo offense is back out on the field. They came up empty on the last possession, forced to punt it away. Can they begin to click now? The gain is 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. This one's going to fall incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
I like the call here. Third down and long, you know they're going to apply pressure. The screen game almost works, but you've got to complete the pass for your guy to have a chance to turn upfield. It's a missed opportunity there on third down and long.
The coverage team makes the stop on this return. Okay, the Texas offense comes back out on the field. Looks right for a quick completion. Gets some space around the 30. Touchdown, Longhorns. They jump in front here in the fourth. Now they line up to kick the extra point. PAT is up and good. They lead by a touchdown here in the fourth quarter. Now they get set to kick it away. And here's the return from inside the 5. They'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. And Tennessee's offense back out on the field now. They're coming off a 3 and out, looking to produce a positive drive here. A pop pass on the jet sweep. It's a short game, but look at that defense swarm to the football.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
Looks downfield and finds a receiver who worked his way wide open. The Volunteers come to a line in the hurry-up.
How about the offense here dialing up a good zone beater? Let's give credit to the coordinator for calling the right play at the right time and the receiver finding the hole in that zone.
This could be a dramatic finish, marching toward a tying touchdown. It's 1st and 10. And he drops back in the gun. Defense is coming after him. When they hit him just as he releases the ball, it's incomplete.
Chris, this offensive coordinator is going to have to adjust. We've seen hits and sacks and pressure on this quarterback all game long. They've got to find a solution to create more time for the quarterback to be able to throw the football, or maybe completely overhaul and change what they're doing on offense.
Here we are late in a close game. Crucial play coming up, 3rd and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Doesn't hold on. Good hit by the DB. Now it brings up 4th down.
Well, that's not what you want to see as an offense when you're trailing late in a football game. An incompletion on 3rd down and long. Hey, it's a bit of a risk, but with that clock looking the way it looks right now, I think you got to go for it here and hope to convert on 4th and long.
So here we go. Down 1 score. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Looking to throw again. He lets it go on the move. He's got it. Enough for a first down. Breaks clear over the right side. Can they chase him down? They've got him, but they convert on 4th down. And the drive keeps going.
Well, Chris, here's an example of what we always talk about. On 4th down, the receiver's got to run a route beyond the sticks. Great awareness to know exactly where he is. Quarterback makes the throw. Receiver gets hit, but he's beyond the sticks for the first down.
Big opportunity for the offense to tie this game up in the 4th quarter. Oh, the ball is not free. Who's got it? The offense gets the football back. Very lucky. Still have a chance now.
Wow, that is big-time awareness by his teammate to get on top of that football. As a result, they catch a break and are able to retain possession.
Coming up, 2nd down and goal. And the quarterback keeps it here. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. And now the timeout is called by the defense. They've got some things to work out here.
Man, oh man, was the defense ready for this play.
The quarterback just searching for anywhere to go, looking for daylight, but couldn't find anywhere to go in the keeper.
Offense moving backwards here, a long way from the goal line now. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. Looks like he didn't get the snap off in time. That'll cost him 5 yards. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Can the defense hold up here on 3rd and goal? Quarterback changing the play now at the line. Now in 3rd and very long, looking to throw. The pass is intercepted. Not much on the return, but the important thing, the takeaway snuffs out the scoring threat. Big play.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half, and the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
Big guys up front lined up. It's 1st down. They'll work the clock here with the running game. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. So behind the 6, 2nd and long from their 14. It's a toss play to the right. And they'll tackle him for a loss of 5 yards. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. And wow, listen to this crowd noise. This stadium is vibrating. That's why this is such a tough place for visitors to play. There's the handoff. He's not going to get the 1st down. It's 4th down. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Long ones will line up to punt it away. Looking to kick it away for the 2nd time. And the returner is tackled by this punt coverage team. And Tennessee's high-powered offense is back out on the field. Here we go. They need a touchdown. They got some time to work with here. They got to be precise and manage the clock wisely. Catch made on the right side. That's a big gain. They bring him down, but that is a huge play for this passing game. Big gain. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Big throw caught on the left side.
You see more and more offenses in college football going to 3 receivers, and the slot receiver a lot of times can become the go-to guy. He gets mismatches against either safeties, a nickelback, or a linebacker walked out, and you can take advantage of it.
It's incomplete. He took a hit as he threw the football, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Well, this is it. Late in the game, really tight situation. This is what separates a good quarterback from a great quarterback. Can he come up with the play to keep this drive alive?
After the incompletion, they'll line up now for a 3rd and 5. He's moving out of the pocket. He bought some time, now lets it go. Incomplete for a 3rd straight play.
Oh, he just missed his receiver there on 3rd and short. Now you got to think in the 4th quarter, 4th and short, you got to try to cut into this lead. You might want to go for this here to keep thinking about 6 points.
Running out of time in the pocket. Snags the quick throw. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal yardage to the 9. Here's a 1st down, not wasting any time after that conversion on 4th. Quarterback drops back. He's going to test the secondary. It's a quick grab. Brought down at the 2 after the catch. The offense close to punching it in. Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. Makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Now you've got a big decision. What a great touchdown. But think about it. If you kick the extra point, you tie the game up, probably go to overtime. Or you roll the dice and go for two and potentially win the game.
And now the decision is to go for two and win it right here. Now, wasn't alert enough, didn't get the playoff. That'll cost him 5 yards. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. A 1-point game, and now the crucial extra point attempt. And the PAT is up and good, and we are all tied here in the final quarter. Here comes our first play of overtime. First play of the drive, they're going to throw the football. Here's a shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Texas. They strike first in OT. Hold on a second. The replay official has signaled that he wants to have another look at this play. And that review confirms the ruling on the field was correct, so the play will stand. And now for the crucial extra point to push the lead to 7 in OT. PAT is good, so they're up by a touchdown, 35-28.
That makes the score. Texas 35, Tennessee 28.
So pressure on this offense. They must answer with a touchdown to stay in this game. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Finds an open target on the left side. And they bring him down at the 5. Solid gain, though, on the completion.
Well, the defense sits back in a zone coverage. Good job here by the quarterback, recognizing that soft coverage, and he hits the routine drag route underneath for a first down.
First and goal, they'll try to run it in. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
I love that this defense is still fighting and still attacking. They're defending a first and goal play, and instead of just laying down and letting the offense score, no, they're not backing down. They get penetration and come up with a tackle for a loss.
So from the 9-yard line, it's second and goal. Applying for the touchdown on the right side. And that run produces a decent gain.
Well, the defense is locked in on this running back, and for good reason. He's already scored a couple touchdowns. If I'm the offensive coordinator, give it to him one more time. Let him make it a hat trick.
And now it's third and goal. They've got just 2 plays left to try to punch it in here. They'll look to throw it on third and goal. And he's into the end zone for a touchdown. And now a decision. Do you kick the PAT or go for 2 and the win?
Well, this is one of the benefits of going second when you get into overtime. Now you know what you're facing. You put a touchdown on the board, you can either send it to another overtime if you kick an extra point, or potentially, hey, let's win the game and go for 2 right here.
So one overtime, not enough to decide this one. Here comes the first play of double OT. And the back gets the football. Defense makes the stop after a 5-yard gain, so 2nd and 5. The ball is hustled to the line to run the hurry up. An inside give now from the shotgun. Run it up the middle, but stuffed for no gain.
Just great job by this defense defending this RPO. They sat back, and then they overcommitted to stop the run game, and it works out.
Offense now operating in the red zone, facing a 3rd and short from the 20. Quarterback drops back. Catch made on the right side. And they finally stop him down at the 5. Solid gain on that catch and run.
Oh, I love it. Keep the kicker on the sideline. This offense knows when you're in the red zone, you got to come away with 6. Great play to keep this drive moving.
So the offense has a 1st and goal now here in the 2nd overtime. Here's the handoff on 1st and goal. Couldn't quite get in, but they're knocking on the door at the 1.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
All right, it's 2nd down and goal now for this offense. On the ground, trying to punch it in for the score. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
What a great play by the defense here. Getting close to the goal line, not only do they come up with a big stop, but they send them backwards in the process.
So here we go. Biggest play of the game. Can the offense punch it in on 3rd and goal in OT? Third and goal. Looking to throw for it. He's got it near the end zone. In for a touchdown to claim the lead in double overtime. And now a 2-point coming up.
Chris, that's his 2nd touchdown of the day. You talk about getting off to a great start. He may have more in him.
So they score the touchdown. Now by rule, they must go for 2 here in 2nd overtime. And he's in there. The conversion is good. Great execution, and it pushes the lead to 8. So pressure on this offense here in overtime. They must score a touchdown to stay alive. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Looking for the wideout, but they can't make the connection. Ball's incomplete. Now it's 2nd down here. After the incompletion on 1st down, looking to throw it again. Pass not complete. So a challenging 3rd down play. They need a 1st down or a touchdown to keep this game going. Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on 4th down.
And he's throwing for it on 4th down. And he'll loft it to the end zone. It's incomplete. The defense makes a big 4th down stop. In these overtime games, Kirk, it just comes down to execution in the moment. Who can make one more big play? They did it. They come up with a signature W.
Yeah, you're right, Chris. I think this likely will end up being one of the best games, not only for them, but maybe in all of college football for the season. To me, it felt like an instant classic and one that fans should remember for a long time.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation.